So welcome back to another episode of Football with Ikram. As usual, I'm with my guest here today, Nabil, and we're going to talk about the last game week, the United Everton's match. And we'll just try to break down the analysis, what our thoughts on the game was, what improvements we think could be made, if any improvement should be made, new things we've noticed about the Ruben Amorim's era, new era, and what our thoughts are going forward. United won the game 4-0 with two goals each by Rashford and Zekzee, and also an Ahmad masterclass. And that was very lovely to see from, a United fan's perspective. But
Yeah, it
let's start
really
with
was.
that. What are your thoughts about the match?
Now the match wasn't perfect because they still had a lot of good chances, but like I can
Mm,
see the control that the manager like keeps on talking about because we ended the
mm,
match with 60-40 possession, and the match before that was like probably 60-40 as well or something, even not 70-30. So like you
mm,
can clearly see that he's trying to dominate the ball. Yeah,
mm.
and it's as of now it's working. Let's see how it looks against like a better team like us now, but it
Yes.
looks like there's been progress in ball control, and then the midfield situation. To me it looks like a whole new midfield. Like no hasty passes from Casemiro because usually he tries to play as like a 10, like the deep line
Mm,
playmaker launching long balls. I feel like there's a
yeah.
reduction in that, and
Mm.
then it was nice to see Mino back. I could see like a bit of rustiness in some of his touches, but because he hasn't played in like ages, but like the
To be
class
honest,
is
I think
still
it
there.
was just like two touches that he did that were like
Yeah,
significant
very
zeros.
few. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
And
class is
one of
still
them
there.
that just lent to a counter, but aside that is his.
Yeah, that yellow card one, that was the main one, but the rest were just opposition this thing areas. So like I didn't really have an issue. But
Yeah.
class either way, very good performance. And unfortunately, he got the yellow card, meaning we're not going to see him play against Arsenal.
He
But I
and
feel like he should rest. Let's see what Ugacha and Casemiro can do for us.
he and
And
Martinez like aren't
yeah,
playing against us.
yeah, but thankfully Shaw's back from injury, and hopefully he puts in an incredible performance against his. I wish you could see me now. I'm doing quotes boyfriend Saka because I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening
Like
when we play Arsenal,
their
man.
bromance is
It's
something else,
crazy.
man.
Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah,
But then I don't even need to say much, man. Mazraoui, fantastic. Ahmad,
as
incredible.
usual.
Bruno, calm, composed, precise football. Like people always talk as if like me and you have been hammering on this thing that is tactics. They won't continue playing him if he just goes on the pitch and moves mad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We've been hammering on this thing that him pressing the way he presses and the long balls, it's all tactics. It's not that he just goes on the pitch and goes crazy.
It says,
He do,
it
that,
says no. It say they say it to seem like that is the only thing that he knows how to do. Like
exactly, and
that's an
it's
insane thing
irritating.
to say. To say that Bruno will not have chance to bomb ball again. Like that's a very silly thing to say. Like
It's
he
honest
needs
and
like
it
if he doesn't
irritates
bomb
me
the ball, he can't do any other thing. It's a very silly statement to make. And
extremely
there are a lot
silly.
of people that has said
Yeah,
that, and some will claim, why are people attacking me now? You too, you know who I was talking about. So I'm like, you know what you are doing. Like we are not kids
exactly.
there. You know what you are doing. You're trying
You're
to
trying
rile
to trigger
people to
us.
say if you're trying to trigger people, so don't act all innocent.
Exactly.
So
Because, like, I watch him for Portugal and I'm seeing this calm, composed player. And you are telling me that all he does is bomb. He can't play against. Pep wanted him for a reason. If you couldn't play Pep system, Pep wouldn't want him.
you
Uh,
wouldn't want.
and they're telling me, and I'm happy that everyone is getting to see it now. Compose, 1-2 passes. Even he's giving the long balls from like good areas now because like we're very like
And
we're stretched.
like
So they
Bruno is so
always hit.
good on the ball. And like now that he has the space, he has that like he isn't pressured as much. Like you said, when he's playing the long balls from like good areas where he's comfortable, he's able to pick the pass very well. Like the
Perfectly.
success rate is almost above 90.
Honestly, it's
Like
it's 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 mad. And if
nah,
anybody comes out and still says that nonsense again after watching him the past couple of games, then they're just being silly.
I've stopped engaging with people that complain about Bruno. It's not just worth it.
Honestly,
If
honestly,
at this point, if at this point you are still saying this sort of things about Bruno, like that's on you. Like that says a lot about your ball knowledge. Like
exactly.
when I see a lot of people trying to prove that um Bruno is better than Odegaard, is silly. I find it
Yeah,
very
don't
silly.
try.
They are
Just let
miles
them, let
apart.
them, let them
They
do
are
what they
miles
want to do.
apart.
Let them have that. And you know, I've always been on this thing because somebody can dribble with the ball and do all this. That does not make you a better player than anybody else. So you're just good at that, and
Anthony
that
is
is
a better dribbler than a lot of footballers. So does that make him better than them?
exactly. That doesn't mean he's better than any of them, honestly. So that's even settled. Well, I don't even want to speak on that anymore. If they like, they shouldn't see it, honestly speaking. And brother, Ahmad, let me even let you have this one. Please just go. I don't want to say. I don't have
Because
anything,
see, I know what you are getting at. I know what
bro.
you are getting at, and I take my L.
No,
I
no,
take
no.
my
I,
L
I I
with that.
wasn't even. I wasn't going there. Honestly speaking, I just wanted you
Oh,
to.
if you are not
I
going
know you
there,
have a
well,
lot to say,
I have to expire. Say, see, you know, at the beginning, I was all for look. He's watching these guys in training. He sees what they are doing. You are
yeah.
not better than the manager. I've said this
Facts.
before. Like
Yeah, I
we
get
are
you.
not better than the manager. Truth, that's the truth. But
Yeah,
it's evident now by his performances that
yeah,
clearly wrong.
yeah.
And
They
I
make
can,
mistakes. They won't get it right all the time.
they won't get it out. This one, extremely wrong. He got it very wrong. I saw one
Bro,
tweet that somebody said there was a point where he benched Ahmad for Omari.
Omari Fosun, multiple
Omari
times,
Force.
bro. Multiple times. Look at the Wolves match where Kobe scored that beautiful winner.
Mm-hmm.
He brought
Mm-hmm.
on Omari. Omari got an assist in that match, agreed. But he brought on Omari ahead of Ahmad.
That the assist wasn't a, oh,
It
let me
wasn't
pass
an
to Manu because
assist.
I know
Yeah, I
Manu
get
is
you.
going to make that run. That was a Busquets to Messi kind of
Mino
assist.
did 80% of the work.
Manu
Busquets
did the
Messi
job.
assist.
90%. It was like, oh, this is the closest United player available. Let me just pass to him.
Take
That
it.
was the assist. That wasn't like, oh, I can see Manu coming like, no.
Yeah.
That that Busquets to Messi assist now.
Yeah, Messi that dribble
That's what
five,
he
six
did.
people and
So
score.
there's nothing like he came on and he got an assist and then he just couldn't
Yeah.
even add for that.
No, I
So
was just giving him that little, at least he did something. He wasn't
no.
he got the start added.
This one I will take my L on it, and Teag should take his L on
Nah,
it. That he got it
incredible baller.
absolutely wrong. This guy,
And
he is please sees. You see, there was one that he did the penalty shout. The
the
one where he
last
just
one,
dropped. When
bro.
he dropped his shot. Oh
Ikram,
my god.
Ikram, you know my this thing. Squint and his Messi.
Just close your eyes like this. Just too
Squint
small.
and his Messi. Nah,
Nah. He's an
incredible baller.
like it's really good. Even
Yeah,
the assist to Zekzee, that's the second
brother.
time that he has done that. That's the
Yeah,
second
even
time
the
that he has
one
done
to
it. The first one
Rashid,
was in
it was
Europa.
perfectly weighted, bro.
Ah, man.
No, it looks easy, but like Rashid didn't have any work to do at all but to strike
And
that ball.
that's what good passers have. That's the ability of like a
Yeah,
really good passer is
yeah.
being able to make it easy for the person. Which is someone posted like Gerard's clips, and then you could see that his pass is like long range, fine. It's got the player fine, but it made it difficult for the players to control.
Bro, the
That's
passes were hot to
that's the
control.
difference between Scholes and Gerard. I didn't watch Gerard well enough. Sure, you get. I'm not taking anything
Yeah,
from him. I'm
I
not
can't like.
trying to say
Well,
it
I only
wasn't
probably watched him for like three
a
years too.
good. Do you get like I wasn't a big football fan at that time to say
Yeah,
to say, oh my god, I watch Gerard so much to be able to tell. But what people have said about him, obviously, no, he won't be bad, and then people will be speaking so high of him. You get,
yeah,
but
fact,
from those clips alone, that someone was trying to prove a point that see Gerard
bro.
has passing range. No,
Backfired,
that was not beautiful to watch at all. That wasn't
bro.
nice
It
to watch. Like
backfired,
it backfired. That was horrible. That was
bro.
not like
Do you know
good
what
clip
was
to
now
drop.
worse? Was that somebody quoted
Mm.
a Skulls comp over that one, and then there was difference.
You can't
Like,
like the drop is perfect. It just draws once. Like
bro,
don't make it easy for them to control
yeah.
and
And
play. That's how it should
there's
be.
one thing I'll say now. people might say it's an outrageous take, but KDB, Bruno, Cruz are much better passers than those guys. Like those old school ballers. Like nothing in my mind. Maybe, yeah, bro. Because I watched
No, no,
clips
no.
of
I'm
this.
not. I'm not saying you're lying or anything. But the thing is that again, I'm not in a position to actually say that.
No, I
Do you
get
get
you.
it?
I get you.
Like because I won't just say something because of my bias towards like these players like
Yeah,
maybe KDB, Bruno, or or Cruz. Sure, you get, but like
yeah.
I've seen this. So one thing that I would say is like I heard a story about like well, was it Scholes and Rooney or or the guys like they were walking in the park one time and they just pointed at like one old lady or something and then they played the ball and then the ball dropped on the lady. And I mean, like this is not somebody that is trying to control the ball. He's just saying that I'll play it there and then it's going to
I
hit
need to
that
go there.
target
Yeah, I get
and
you.
it will go there. So these
Yeah,
guys were actually better. So if it's the rest, maybe like Gerard, maybe some of the other players, I don't know.
yeah.
But I'll
No,
honestly say that I'm not in a position to actually
yeah.
to
But you
actually
see the
answer
thing,
that
what
part.
I'm basing this off of is that like whenever you see a Gerard comp, I rate
Mm-hmm,
Paul Scholes highly, but like whenever you see most of their comps, it's usually like their variety of passes compared to the people I mentioned.
mm-hmm.
Like there's a difference. Like when I say the variety of passes, like it's not just long balls.
Oh, it's not just long balls. There's like
Yeah,
the vision, the range, and also like that
yeah, like
side footing kind of pass, like out of
bro,
nothing kind of
the
passes.
tech
Like
now in modern day
there's more
football
range
is
to the kind
crazy.
of passes that they have.
Yeah, like the tech now
Mm.
in football is crazy. But yeah, what
Maybe it's
haven't
just
we?
something that they didn't consider because it didn't need to be. They didn't need to be
Yeah,
that
that's
creative.
well,
There wasn't
that's a
so
very
much
good.
press. There wasn't so much running around. So it could be that because of the way the game was then, they didn't have to. So it might not be because they can't, but it's just they weren't put in the positions where they needed to play those passes
Yes.
out the
Yeah,
way
I
that they
agree.
do
And
now.
you
So
know, football is
that's
advancing. Something you wouldn't have
yeah,
considered then that somebody will consider now. So you're right, Sha. But now I feel
yeah,
like football is at such a high level currently. It's mad.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But I'll still stand on it that it's more of who can run more now. Like that's mostly
Eh?
what it is. It's who can actually
Eh,
run
the
more.
athleticism now is way deep.
Mm.
Before you could see hefty players that are ballers now. Now, if you are too heavy, you are not going to make it into the team in the first place. Like you need to be fit to a like you need to be super fit. Like
Hmm.
footballers are like athletes now. They're not just the sport has changed, man. The diet, the
Yeah, it's
whole
not
training
like
sessions.
there's talent. There's a talent aspect of it, but you don't need talent to play ball like as much anymore. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like when I mean talent, I mean like you don't need to be a namer to actually like make it in like pro
I could agree
football.
to that. I could agree to that.
Like in the sense that if you are not like Neymar level talented, like for you to make it in pro football, you need to have some level of talent in the first place.
Of course,
Sure you
of
get.
course.
So the standards that I'm using is the standard of like pro footballers, where you don't actually
Okay.
need to be so skillful. So like then you needed to have that skill. If you were a defender, you needed to be strong, physical, and this. But now everyone needs to be strong and physical. Everyone needs to be able
Yes.
to
Like
have that
midfielders are
center
strong and
of like
physical.
gravity to be able to stand.
Everybody.
You get,
Everybody, bro. Yeah, I get
everybody
you.
needs to have that. So that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Is like then is that like different players and how they were fit and how their body shape was
Yeah.
um fit the position that they played compared
Yeah.
to now. Now everybody is like not
You have
going
to
to the
be
gym
a
to be like very
proper
big like
athlete,
that, but like you need to have
a
that
level of
strength and
fitness.
everything. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I mean. But yeah,
Yeah, I get you.
what would you say about Amorim's comments about focusing on the performances and not the results? Because one thing that I liked that he said was last game we deserved more, where we won
Hmm.
3-2, but we
Yeah.
didn't. Here he felt Everton deserved more, but we
Yeah.
won the game 4-0. Shege, we took our chances, we were more
Yeah.
clinical. Shege.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, people, so which is something, if you remember, I said this thing. I said no one would care about what your style of play is if you are like winning games. It's not to say that you don't have a style of play,
But
but I
Ole debunks
promise
that.
you, as long as you are winning, no
Yeah.
one cares how you play. It is when you start losing. Trust, when we play Arsenal, and the thing is, I will not even be surprised if they ride us like completely. Sure, you get, like,
Mm.
people are waiting for that, or maybe with even a small team. Sure, you get that they
Yeah.
will just guide over us, and then it will be like, oh yes, we could obviously see. You see some people coming and say we could obviously see these errors. This was about to happen and things like that. And by the time we lose maybe one game, two game, it's going to come out. Sure, yeah, people will
Mm.
start complaining. People will start giving their own
Opinions.
wise opinions about like
Mm-hmm.
football. Whereas the case is that, like, it's just because we are losing, which is, it's not to say Tag didn't have his own faults, but that point that if you are winning games, no one will actually care what your style of football is. Sure, you
Yeah.
get.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think I can sit a Liverpool fan now and I can tell him to analyze what Arne Slot's football
He's
is
doing compared to what Klopp
compared
did
to what
differently.
Klopp was
But
doing? Like,
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
So
there might be a few tweaks there for him to be able to maintain the balance, like in the defense, for example. I can see that,
yeah.
okay, there's just maybe a few tweaks in like how they set up in like the defense. Maybe they are a bit more confident. The way they play out of the box and the way they defend when they are being attacked by the opposition. There are just like a few tweaks there. They don't concede maybe as many.
Yeah.
But like, no one will say, this is the way Arne Slot play or this thing. They would only care if Arne Slot was losing.
Okay.
Like, that's
Yeah,
when
I
people
get
will
that.
start talking about it. You get, so that,
But
that that point I was making that time, that's
yeah.
what I meant. So it's
Yeah.
not to
I know. I
say,
get you.
yeah, exactly.
So you see the
Hopefully,
thing.
Van Nistelrooy would do very well in Leicester. I really hope so
Yes.
because
I
obviously he's a
hope he does.
Leicester and
I
I
hope
want
he
him to
does
do
as well.
so. But that point is going to come out more, where I said that it's his interim period was, but let's just leave that. Let's just leave
Yeah.
that. But I just hope he does well. I hope
Let's
he does
leave
well.
it.
I don't want. Let's just leave it. Let's not go into that because that would just be
Yeah,
another
let's
long.
not go into that.
But I
Let's
just
leave
hope
that
he
one first.
does. I hope he does really well. I wouldn't
Honestly, I
wish
really
him
wish him the
bad
best.
so that I'll be right. But I just really wish. I wish he does well because Leicester
No, I
are
get you.
in a really horrible position, especially with that their left winger Fatau being out for the season. It was like a really really high threat for opposition teams. Like, he
Yeah.
was really good, but he played
He
so
was
well
their
against
he
us.
was their main man. He was good at
Yeah,
carrying. He was the main threat in the team.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be tough. I'll be looking forward to watching like a few Leicester games.
Yeah,
Not
me
even
too.
sure who they are facing
Yes.
who they are
Yeah.
facing
So I said
next.
let me touch on a few
West.
things. So about like
Yeah.
what he said about the performance, yeah.
Hmm?
So I feel I love the comment personally because he's not allowing them to get complacent.
Mm-hmm.
You gave away too many good chances. We did.
Yes, we did.
Onana had to make too many saves that I was not comfortable with, especially the Calvert-Lewin one. I thought
Mm-hmm.
Maguire should have done way better than he did. But I'm
No,
going to
the cross was
no,
on
no, no.
point.
He was
The
sluggish. He
cross
was
was
not
on
close
point.
to Nana. He wasn't close to Lewin at all. You get they were on the ball. He should have been closer to him. So I'm going to give it for like maybe because no, he played well aside from that moment. I don't really like the marking at that moment because like
Mm.
he left his man, honestly speaking. But I'm going to put it to new formation. He's rusty from the injury, so I can't really
Exactly.
blame him too
That's
much.
that's one thing I wanted to say. So
Especially since it didn't lead to a goal. Like they didn't score, so I don't want to ponder too much on that. So I love what he said. Don't get complacent. This style, you are still getting used to it. You've not arrived because you beat Bodo Glimt and Everton. Even though people don't want to say Everton has been on crazy form. 4 clean sheets in the past 5 games or something like that, and we just came and
that's
drove
not. And
them
we
four
just came
zero.
and just scattered everything.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's
So it's
not.
not like people are talking as if it's just Everton. Nah, it's not just Everton. It's a trying Everton,
Yeah.
an Everton on form, basically. And a Sean Dyke Everton for
On
that
their
matter.
own, on their own stand. Like, it's Sean, like,
Uh-huh.
something. This guy, you know, if what he said was true, that was very intelligent. Is that he put Zekzee just to exploit that defense
Yeah.
because strength
And
wise, he
watching the
believed
game,
that Hoyle might not have done so well, and
he
also
wouldn't.
resting players as well, which is what he said. Like, it's the
Yeah.
fixtures now like the month of December, like it gets very intense. So
Hectic.
that's
Yeah.
that's also one thing. But I like if it was Ten Hag. it is going to be the same thing. Like, is there any player that hasn't played? Like Bar, beyond the, is
Euro.
there any player that hasn't played?
Ah,
Sure. Like
maybe
even
more.
Malasia has
Everyone has
played.
played though.
Even
It's just the
Malasia has played.
academy players that haven't played on Euro.
Yeah, yeah,
Academy players
yeah.
on Euro.
They
Everyone
don't
has
count.
played.
But
Yeah.
aside beyond there, I don't think there isn't anyone that has played.
Everyone has played, bro. Every
Yeah.
single player, at least once. Ericsson has played. Anthony has played. Everyone has played. Yeah. And then, the thing is, when a manager says that, and you, like, when you watch the match and you see it, you know that this guy clearly knows what he's doing. Because I
Mm-hmm.
won't lie, Zekzee manhandled those guys.
And
That guy is
no,
freaking massive.
it
His
was
hold up
better than
play,
I expected. Like his hold
beautiful
up
hold
play
up
was
play.
actually good.
No, you see, the thing is that people don't want
That's
to
what
say
he
it.
is good at. But is
That
that,
guy's
the day
touch.
it was usually like 1-2 touches, but he held the ball
Yeah,
much. Like was able
bro,
to bring it down and then guard it
easily.
properly before
His
he picked
touch.
up his pass.
Yeah, his touch is impeccable, Ikram. Like when you give him the ball, how he brings it down. And then he has this thing that he does that, like, he can bring it down directly into the path of his player. Like right into a
That's like
1-2.
some Zidane shit's breath. Like
Bro,
that's when I
beauty.
remember doing
To
that.
me,
Like
like,
that's some Zidane shit.
when I first said I was signing him, I went to view his clips. And like I loved what I saw, Ikram. And I was
Mm.
like, in a good system, he should score a lot of goals. Generally speaking, I was scared for Højlund. Because when you see what,
Nah, at
no,
all.
I'm being honest, when you see
I
what he was
wasn't
doing
I
at
wasn't
Bologna,
scared
the link up
because
play,
of
and
Amorim's
Bologna
comment.
was playing some
It's
advanced level of football today, also
it's
playing
like
three at the back, I think.
because Amorim is adapting to each team's style of play. So like whoever our opposition is, like that is how he is going to respond to them. Is that he is going to respond to them in a way that their defense is structured, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was
So
perfect. It was a perfect call, to be honest.
nah, lucky
I feel
that
Højlund will have done well either way, but I just feel like Zexi there, giving him an opportunity and him performing, did lots for his confidence, and I'm happy
yeah,
about
did
that.
lots.
Say it is. I don't know if this is the right word to use, but it's stigma, Ikram, from that Ole time. Because if Amorim came and then like we're a bit rusty, they will say there's no sign of. I feel like it's something that just it has become a Man United thing. Because people like to talk about Man United and mostly talk rubbish. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So from saying Ole didn't have tactics, they took it to the next manager that wasn't particularly doing his best, didn't have tactics. And if I hope Amorim like actually like calls all this nonsense. But if Amorim starts doing poorly now, they will go back to it because it has become a normal thing for them to say. You get
Yes.
no
Yes.
tactic, no tactic, no tactic,
No
and
tax.
it's nonsense. It's
And
garbage.
I'm glad
Ole
that
had tactics.
from the beginning, he said
Yeah.
100% our way. See, from the beginning, he said he's not going to do any. Let me try and adapt to Premier League. 100%
No, you will play my
our way.
football. You will play my football.
If my way is not good enough, then let me go.
Let me go. No
Let me go.
time. No time.
Let
Brother.
me go. He has made
And
that
bro,
very clear.
I love the fact that he's young. And then you saw the whip he pulled up to the stadium in, yeah?
Maybach.
My manager pulled up in a Maybach.
Easy baller.
Bro,
You
I
just see
love that
the
man.
jackets that he's wearing now. This guy
The
he
Moncler, the
knows his
Prada,
stuff. He knows
bro,
his stuff.
big man thing. I
He
love
knows
that
his
man,
stuff.
Ikram. I can't even lie, man. See,
Nah,
this one,
bro.
I said it
You
already
see
when we
that
got
his
him.
first eh?
Like, no, go ahead. I'll talk later.
Like
Finish.
his first Old Trafford game, the one where all the photographers were like in his front, like they mobbed, like the
Okay.
photographers mobbed him. Like, bro, that
Yeah.
was some Morio level aura, man.
Bro,
Like,
do you
bro,
get?
I don't like saying this aura thing, but bro,
Bro, you just have to say it. The aura day. The
that
aura
was
day.
cold,
Bro,
man.
we have to
That
start
was
calling him.
cold.
See, if he beats us now, I'm going to start calling him the chosen one, bro. That's the next thing.
That's Morio. We'll find them for you. No, that's Morio. Unless
No,
Morio
Marina
allows
is
it.
the special one. This one
Unless,
is the chosen
oh,
one.
can you imagine? I even forgot. Nah, that would be mad. I
Bro,
said, no,
no
this one
jokes.
has
Like,
to work.
nah,
He
everything is
has to
just,
work. He has to work. He really has to. Like, bro,
yeah.
The
And
thing is that I
you
always
know,
say I'm tired, but I just can't. I just can't.
that's what you see. That's football. That's passion, bro. You just can't be tired.
I, s- I said that point where they sacked the Hag, I think it was the perfect timing. Like,
Yeah.
bad enough for us to get someone else, but not so bad that we can't save the season.
Yes.
You
And
get
you know, we
so.
said it before. Now we
Mhm.
know that our players are the players there, they are not garbage. We know that they are not garbage.
Mm.
You get so like, and it's good to see that he left a good team for the next manager. Because the signings are going crazy now,
Yeah,
apart from
because
Anthony.
the signings were not his signings. They were
Who signed?
recruitment. Like, obviously, he will still
Oh,
have a
yeah.
say or two, or to say, okay, this person, that person, that person. But like, that is why we signed the Dan Ashworth and
You
the
know, I'm talking
likes.
about them Licha as well. You know,
Well, I
Licha
mean,
was
we knew Licha was always good. Like,
yeah, but
so.
like your manager literally said, I want him, I want my guy, and they brought him his guy. Sadly, the other guy has not worked out. Wishing him the best too. And you know me, I agree that this new manager, I'm riding with him till the end. He must work with this one, though. Or all the players will go.
When it was my turn, I was a madman.
Yeah. No, this one. No,
When
no, no, no.
let me tell
No,
no. The thing is, now you can see why I was saying that. Is that you just can't. You see, what you are saying now is that this one must work and you'll be with him till the end unless it gets so bad. That's the same thing it was with Ten Hag. That you guys are calling me Ten
yeah.
Hag X, or this one
No,
is
no.
calling me
Okay,
Mr. Ten
Ikram,
Hag or
let me
something.
just say this
Like
one
that one is
quickly.
bad.
You
But it's
see?
that's the same thing with me. I
Okay.
just couldn't accept the fact that we were doing the same exact process and then we were expecting like different results. Sure, you get Ten Hag has
Yeah, I
his
guess.
faults without any doubt, but
Yes.
you can't do the same. Which is why I said give him like this season. I remember I said like renewing his contract wasn't the right decision. Is that they should just give him this last season to see how he is going to perform. So yeah, as per they are changing the structure, they are
Yeah.
going to it's a bit more organized as a club. The Glazers are no longer involved. There is the footballing spirit that is coming back to Old Trafford. You get in terms of like the hierarchy. So I was like, it won't be fair
Yeah.
to say the first 2 seasons. So that when you say, oh, he has been here for 3 seasons, I'm like, one, he has been here for 2 seasons. That's the first. And second is that was like the previous owners. Let these new owners work with him. Let's see what he can do with them. And it got to the point where I saw it's not changing. And that's when I accepted and I said, yeah, okay, it looks like it's not going to change. So might as well not even
Yeah.
bother anymore. And I think it's time to go.
Ten Hag thing for me is that like I saw the players trying, yeah. It's not as if they weren't trying. But what he was asking them to do, bro, it looks almost impossible. You see? That's why I gave up on him, man. I gave up on him because like then I watch other teams here and I see like some principles there that like I feel like I like that. But like why can't we do that? Even though we've already agreed the tactics were there. He wanted to do something. Very good transition football. But then leaky midfield, lack of goal scoring, like
Very
we're
leaky.
missing chances like I don't
And
even
then
know
when
how
we
to explain
improved the defense, where we weren't scoring as where we
leaky
weren't
anymore,
conceding as much, we stopped scoring.
scoring
Because
goals.
remember when I told you that like our defense is not like the only reason why we are not up is because we are not scoring. We
Scoring,
have
yeah.
a better goal difference than City now.
Yeah, that's it.
So we weren't doing so bad defensively. Onana has the highest clean sheet as well.
Highest clean sheets and his goal prevention is actually mad. He has prevented
Is
about
the
five or
highest as
six
well.
goals
It's
this
like
season.
by 2 point something, I think.
It was
Like
four last time I checked before the
no,
last
like
match, bro.
he's higher than the second by like 2 point something.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 2 point
Mm.
something. Bro, can you imagine? That's crazy. He
That's
has really
crazy.
proven himself this season, bro. Best keeper in
I've,
the
I've
league. Oh.
always I always said that. I said Onana is not a terrible goalkeeper, but that amount of shots that we faced
You can't be
that
facing
season,
20 shots a game as Man United,
no
bro.
no goalkeeper will face that amount of shots. and do significantly better.
Bro, the only two
Nothing wrong
keepers
with
I
that.
know that I can vouch for that can do that are the two that have actually done it, which is him and De Gea. Nobody else
Fair,
that I can think
fair
of that
enough.
can work
Fair
with that
enough.
kind of defense.
Fair enough.
But bro, his passes were on point yesterday. We haven't even spoken about that. Onana's
Because
passes,
that's
like,
what that's who he is. That's who we got.
yeah,
That's how he
fantastic
plays.
keeper, man. Fantastic keeper.
Really good. I've always been from the beginning. I can remember when people were insulted to say he does not know how to keep,
Oh
he
my god,
makes
I
mistakes.
insulted him too.
I'd never say because I'm a goalkeeper myself, so I understand
Of
these
course, you have
mistakes that he
special
makes.
sentiment as
I'm
well.
like, no, like relax. And I always say anyone
Yeah.
that has not been in the goalpost should keep quiet
Oh
because they don't
shit.
understand.
Let's go.
Nah.
Honestly,
But yeah,
this
I'm
your
glad
goalkeeper
that he's
advocacy. I
he's.
dey feel am. I like it.
Don't worry now.
No,
We
but it's
have we
true.
have a end of the year award. Hopefully, I win goalkeeper of the
Why you
year.
no go win? Who they
Ah,
block shot reach you?
don't worry now. Let's find out first.
Who did yeah?
but yeah,
May don't even try it. May don't rig anything
but
for
yeah,
them. Oh.
but yeah. So
Yeah.
is there any other thing that you think we haven't mentioned about like the match yet?
I think we've touched
I
most.
want to mention one thing,
Yeah.
which I think a lot of people are about to start, is that they think if somebody doesn't do like some insane slide tackle or blood is not flowing from his head, it means he's playing very bad. Like we've gotten used to him playing like so good on a balance that he's just seemed like he's not doing anything again, and that's Matthias the league. Like we think he's not
Bro,
doing anything again.
bro, you know I said this last game.
When
All he
you are
does
so
now is
good
just
and it
to,
has become your norm, you
bro,
just
all and the thing there is that like the defense is so secure right now. I feel like
Mhm.
obviously there's still some good chances that teams get, but like
Mhm.
the defense is kind of so secure right now. All he has to do is do his normal passing out from the back and
Mhm.
just like sweep up loose balls.
Because
Like
he's playing in the
nothing.
center, so he's not
Yeah.
advancing like
Yeah.
the
And
other two.
like the thing is that he's doing the work so well, it's like he's doing nothing.
It's like he's
It's
doing
like he's not
nothing.
even
That is
on the
it.
pitch.
They think he's not doing anything.
Bro.
Like
But he's
he's
doing the
just
work
standing there.
perfectly, bro. He's doing the work perfectly. See, the thing is,
Nah.
Mazra and Licha can do what they do.
Mm.
Like they've been looking more like the progressive passers like recently because he's there.
And it's not like he can't do it, oh.
He did it. He did it against
Ah.
Bodo Glimt, and the long
So
passes were long in, bro. They were going so accurately. So like,
exactly.
so
So
like he's
that's
doing the
not just
work.
the role that he has been given now. So
Exactly. We all know what he's capable of. That slide tackle for Juve is still in my head. I almost killed one guy. I'm sure you've seen it.
I remember the one. So yeah, I guess that's the other thing that we needed to talk about. That was the only thing that I wanted to touch on. So with that, I think we're going to round up today's episode. Thank you for listening. And it's good to see the light shine on United again, and we're happy. Like I can't remember the last time we won 4-0 in a Premier League match. It's been very very long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really nice. It's a breath of fresh air to see United play somewhat different and seeing it work. And even when it doesn't work, we can at least see that it's a system that we are, trying to build on.
Yeah.
So with that, I say thank you very much for listening. If you're watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are listening on Spotify, don't forget to share and also follow so you get notifications when we release new episodes. And we'll see you next time, hopefully this Friday. Take care and have a good one.